be getting the layout for I like being up top here.
You gotta be strong. You know what I mean? Feel what I'm saying? So speaking of being strong, what are the benefits, advantages, disadvantages, or requirements or whatever of being mentally strong versus physically strong in prison? Like, or do you need to be both? Or
It's different cases, different situations. Sometimes you need to be both. But everybody knows that if you ain't mentally strong, man, that physical shit gonna wear out. It's gonna be battle tested. They're gonna put you through it because those are the things that go down in the penitentiary. You being tested physically.
So what did you have to develop first when you go in?
The mental part, because they're gonna come at you with psychological shit. The officers is gonna try to do psychological things to you, withhold stuff that you're supposed to normally get, your mail, your visits, your correspondence, your call-outs, your things like that. They'll stop you from going and getting these things, and psychologically it's enough to try to break you and have you break down and start acting like an animal. But then physically, you're going to be battle tested by the peers around you, and not so much the officers, but the peers, because anytime the strong sense blood in the water with the weak, man, they're going to send somebody to try to exercise some type of game on them, man, and try to take advantage of them.
25 Summers, we back. So what are some of the things that, go on in the visiting room, the visiting hall? Because I hear those stories are, notorious. Like, describe to us how a typical prison visit works in the New York State prison system.
They'll call you, get you ready for a visit.
How do they call you?
I'll get a call over to the block and housing block that I lock to the OIC, which is the officers in charge, and they'll call upstairs and let the officer know to get me ready, because I have a visit. So then you get a chance to take a shower and put on some gear or whatever and go down to the visit. You're going to get escorted. When you get down there, they're going to put you through one area to make you sign your name and all of that, and they're going to take the picture, and they got the photo array of you, and then you're going to go through a gate, and from there you're going to come out to the visiting room floor. It's different from the people than us. It's more security measurements for our visitors than it is for us.
What do they go through?
They going through the McDominor. They going through a metal detector. They going through a series of forms they fill out and sign, and then they pass through this area and then into this area, and then they all at once transported into this area, and then they come out as they call their names out to the visiting room floor.
So through all that, they go through more security measures than y'all.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But drugs still make it in.
It's still making it in.
How is that happening?
Because a lot of them are crafty with it. They keeping these balloons crafty, man. Stashed, taped, and places, man, where you don't think to look or think it's gonna be, and they secured enough to walk through a Madonna and pass a test. It ain't no metal. It's not gonna ring.
So once they get in and this stuff is in this odd place,
They usually go out to the bathroom, because they know bathrooms are not under monitoring, because that's against privacy law in your constitution.
Okay, so they go in the bathroom, take it out.
And they take it out, and they get it prepared, and they get it ready, and they usually bring it back out, go to the vending machine, buy potato chips or popcorn or something that's in a bag, and put them balloons in that bag, man. And when they get to the table, the rest is on him, man. He got to get that. The rest is on him.
Pass it off. How do they usually pass it off?
Hey, man, some dudes is banging it. Some dudes is boofing it. You know what I'm saying? They greased up, man. They stick an ounce or two up in their ass right there at the table. Right there. Take it back in the prison and then use it or sell it. It's worth money. It's like an ounce of weed and free society till you get in there now, and now you have it, and you in the penitentiary in the cell block with 300 people, and nobody has weed but you.
Have there ever been any cases you heard of overdoses in prison?
Yeah, there's been some drug
Over
overdoses, over heroin, over red rum, some heroin back in like 97, 98.
What facility was this?
Elmira.
You was there.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Inmate OD, man. They found him in the cell. OD, non-responsive, man. It had one bag on him and one bag that he finished getting high off of, man. It was some dope somebody brought in from the visit that day. So, you know, the administration going to look at everybody that had a visit that day.
So he was the only person who overdosed?
Yeah. Yeah, just one brother.
We know about the good times in the visiting room. You're seeing your family, people eating, they're passing off drugs, they're doing God knows what else.
Yeah.
You know, right under the guise of the COs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are some the other things that take place in the visiting rooms, you know, violence-wise? Do those things occur there?
I've seen one or maybe two incidents, man, that resulted in some family shit going on with some violence, man, because of two individuals that's both prisoners with a beef with each other, and one decided, yo, I'm gonna get his family member and I'm gonna cut him with the razor, or I'm gonna jump over the table and I'm gonna stab his brother in there, whatever the case is, man. And this is what people was doing, man. Like I said, once again, they get to reading these books, man, and just get stupid with it, man.
So what happened with that? Like, that you recall?
Yeah, that was a situation where these two guys that got into beef with each other, and when one that was a prisoner with us came out to the visiting room floor, he realized that his enemy's coming down to a visit, and that's his father on the other side of the table and everything. And he jumped across the table, man, and hit his father with a razor, man.
And what was the result of that?
They kicked his ass, put him in the hospital. The inmate that did it, they did the slashing.
Who beat him?
The security guard, the guards, the COs.
Okay.
And put his ass in the hospital and gave him a brand new charge for assaulting.
So would the family be able to sue other people that got cut, or did they take a risk by coming to visit a prison?
They you know, they say it's a clause you sign, but they still end up bringing a lawsuit against the place. And they end up selling out for a pretty good penny. The father, the actual one, because he got something like 75, 80 stitches in the face. Cut, you know.
So you also mentioned that one of the famous or one of the worst wars or whatever, or riots in prison or something started in the visiting hall. Want to share that?
Yeah, there was a situation that went down with two individuals, one from Brooklyn, and I believe the other brother from it got to be from Queens or Brooklyn somewhere. Anyway, these two been having the beef, man, since out in society, man, where somebody allegedly this guy and so on, and now they happen to both be in the penitentiary, and now they going at each other. Every time they see each other, they trying to stab and hurt one another and so on. And a lot of that, this situation spilled off into the jail and became a riot and so on because of these individuals that was out there, and they was from Queens, and they was known associates of Fat Cat and them. So once these dudes got into the penitentiary, and then they get into these situations, it kind of like triggers a domino effect out into the other jails, and then other inmates pick up and start doing things to other inmates because of these people here is such an influence over their lives, man. And it started with these Queens dudes.
In the visiting hall.
Yeah.
25 somethings.
Yeah.